Hi everybody, Shannon Petrovich with Therapist Talks. 10 ways to know that the narcissist breakdown is not a breakthrough. If you've been in a relationship with a narcissist, you know they have meltdowns. These can be epic, ranging from the implosion to the explosion, involving everything from sobbing tears to suicidal threats to rage and even violence. On the other side of this meltdown, they might be endearing and seeking adoration from you again. And many people are sucked back into the relationship at this point, thinking that the narcissist has had a breakthrough. Though we all wish that were so, the truth is that a breakdown is not a breakthrough. Here's how to see the difference so that you don't get duped again. A narcissist is, by definition, an empty shell, a hot air balloon, a black hole with an unstable ego structure and a false bravado. They need constant attention, adoration, and control in order to hold up that front and even to feel okay. Because their internal sense of self is so fragile, their needs are intense, really survival level intense. They play all their games and manipulations in order to hide these basic truths and to fill up their emptiness. The games start with that love bombing, the mirroring, shining you on and drawing you in. They gradually add in some devaluing to rock you off center and destroy your sense of self. They may throw in some gaslighting to destabilize you and really rock your sense of reality. Then they isolate you to prevent you from doing any reality checking with your people. And eventually they'll show you what they're really made of when they give you that full-on meltdown, either an implosion or an explosion or even both. The covert narcissist in meltdown is usually going to go for the implosion, the self-pity, the attacking you from the victim mode. This is often very disarming as they will blast you with how you've hurt them. If you're an empathic person, this is really awful because you think of yourself as kind, caring. When they tell you that you're hurting them, you feel really undone. You may try really hard to figure out where you went wrong and pledge to do better. But remember, they've been studying you and they know what matters to you, so they will throw out all the most painful things to unnerve you, make you feel that their meltdown is entirely your doing and that you really need to correct your behavior to make this work. In the midst of this, you will likely feel terrible and want so much to get back to the way things were. But beware, the only way to truly get back to or get along with the narcissist is to undo your personhood entirely, to live to make them happy and meet all their needs, denying and undoing your entire self. So many of my clients start off in this process unaware of what's happening, and as this truth starts to unfold and take shape, they work to do things differently to make the narc happy again, and they gradually lose themselves. If your narcissist is more the overt type, the meltdown will likely be more of a rage. It can include violence towards objects, property, and even you. If this is what's happening, you really need to get out. If they think it's okay to intimidate or injure, this will not be resolvable. Do not go to couples counseling or try to make it better, just get out. Again, on the other side of this meltdown, the words and actions are going to make it your fault. It'll make it about you, what you did do or didn't do, and to tell that if you just change this or that, they will be better, and then the violence won't happen again. They'll draw you back in by letting you know that the two of you can get back to the good old days if you will just do this or not do that. Essentially, again, losing you to take care of them. How do you know the difference between a healthy conflict and the hollow manipulations and promises of a narcissist? A healthy conflict maintains respect of each person, maintains boundaries, seeks to find solutions, and concludes with each person recognizing their part in it and making concessions that are genuine. Each person wants to follow through with real change and care towards each other's emotions and needs. In a relationship with a narcissist, their meltdown is a tantrum, thrown because they're not getting their needs met. It's intended to get your attention to their needs, to get you back in line, to make you feel badly, to intimidate you, to make it seem like your fault, and to establish control so you be their supply of energy, time, attention, and adoration to keep filling up that black hole. If they can accomplish this, then all is well for them. But this is soul-crushing and self-annihilation for you. You cannot keep a narcissist happy or at peace without losing yourself. It just is impossible. So here are the 10 ways to know the difference when you've had your first fight. Number 1, the reaction, the implosion or explosion is so out of line with the actual stated conflict. When someone is way overreacting to something minor, ask yourself if the slight isn't more about control and reestablishing control than the stated issue. Are they bullying you, intimidating you, throwing you off balance to regain control? And is that the real issue versus what are they complaining about? Number 2, they take no ownership. When sorting through the stated issue, they blame you entirely. And even when they take their part, it's sort of a sideways ownership where they say that it's your doing that they acted that way. Number 3, they want you to change while they make no commitment to change themselves. This will likely involve and include some subtle and not so subtle devaluing of you, making you feel that you're lucky that they're willing to keep putting up with you. Number 4, they commit to change or say they won't do that again, but with sideways references to how you have made them upset. Number 5, they lash out and threaten self-harm or harm to you. Whether they act on these threats or not, the very act of threatening is a serious sign that that person is using threats to control you. Any threats of these sorts should be an immediate warning sign, and you should absolutely, immediately walk away from this relationship, or better yet, run. Number 6, they won't give you the space after the meltdown to think things through. This is another sign of intense control and should be another red flag. After a fight, you'll want to sort through things, and if your partner is smothering you, that's a concern. Number 7, the antithesis is they ghost you. This is also a concern. You want space, but not abandonment. If they pull away entirely and become cold and detached, that's another game to get you to not ask for space again. After a healthy disagreement, each person should be able to have some space to process while not feeling abandoned. Number 8, they can't talk things through either in the moment or later after you've both cooled off. If you feel the issue is being put in a don't touch category and you get the feeling you're supposed to go on with the relationship without any acknowledgement or processing of it, that's a problem. You get the clear signal that you'd better never bring it up again. This is a sure sign of control. If everything gets swept under the rug, you're going to have very lumpy rugs in your home and in your life with this person. Number 9, they badmouth you to other people. If someone's blaming and badmouthing you to their entourage to make you feel badly, this is another sign of a narcissist. They're concerned with looking like they're the good one and the innocent one and making you look bad. This relationship will never have a chance if they can't work things through with you and take the opportunity to throw you under the bus as soon as you have a conflict. And number 10, you feel worse and worse with every conflict. Healthy conflict should strengthen a relationship, helping you learn about each other and grow deeper in your understanding of each other. If you feel worse about yourself and about your life and about this relationship, you're losing yourself and you're trying too hard to bolster this other person. If you feel like the demands on you to keep this person happy are never ending, they probably are. If you feel overwhelmed with their emotional instability and needs, listen to that feeling and recognize that you're with someone who is not able or willing to work to fill up their own cup, and that you will forever be demanded of to fill up their needs, and you'll lose yourself. In summary, the narcissist is by definition someone who needs others to keep their emotional boat afloat. If you've been recruited as their supply, you're in for a rough ride. Most conflicts will revolve around what you did or didn't do to keep them afloat. You paid attention to someone else. You spent time with someone else. You didn't see or care for some need or want of theirs, or you made them mad, or you took care of something or someone that you care about instead of them. If all things don't revolve around them, they are destabilized and upset. In other words, if you don't lose you to feed them, they will implode or explode. Recognize these 10 signs and see it for what it is. It's a breakdown, it's not a breakthrough. If you've appreciated this video, please like, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell so you'll know when another video comes out. Please take good care of yourselves, and we'll talk to you again soon.